Sammy Joe, bringing you a gameplay commentary. Today I'm playing on WMD. I'm using the MPL. And first, before I say anything, I want to say congratulations to my little brother and his best friend for making high school soccer. Yeah, 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 yeah. They had tryouts this week, and my brother is going to be on varsity. He's a freshman, and he is going to be on varsity, and I'm really excited for him. He just has hip problems, or his hip flexor problems, so they said that whenever he gets better, they're going to move him up. So everybody go give him some love. Say congratulations, the Crazy Italian 717. And I think Gaston's channel is still true on my Twizzler. It's not. Never mind. Oh well. I'll put a link for his thing in the description because for some reason I cannot remember what the thing is for anything right now. But probably because I've been up since 8:15 this morning. Actually 7:30 this morning because I had a babysit at 8:30. No, 8:15. God, I'm like crazy today. Yeah, so for the past 3 days, I've had to wake up at 7:30 to babysit at 8:15, and guess what? Tomorrow I have to do the same thing. I don't understand why this lady thinks that I want to babysit her kids at 8 o'clock in the morning during my summer. Hello! But, yeah, so, and then last night, yesterday I babysat from 8:15 to 2:30, and then, or no, actually 4:30, and then I had to babysit again at 5, so I had, like, no time to do anything that I wanted to do yesterday, and I didn't finish babysitting until, like, 10:30, and so I got home at, like, 10:45, and then had to wake up at 7:30, so I'm, like, pooped, like, totally, like, drained, but, yeah, so I figured that I could tell you, some babysitting stories that I have. I've been through some pretty crazy stuff with these stupid kids. Like, some of these kids are just, like, out of control. And I blame that on the parents because they don't give their children discipline. And, I mean, I don't understand how they let these kids get away with temper tantrums and stuff. But anyways, you guys have no idea what I'm saying until I actually tell you the story. So here it goes. Alright, so I started babysitting when I was, like, 12 or 13. And I babysat for this one family, and they had 2 little girls, and I think they were like 2 and 4 at the time or something like that. For some reason, I always start babysitting families when their kids are 2 and 4. But, yeah, so they were 2 and 4, and, they decided that they wanted cereal, and I was like, okay, whatever, you want cereal, I'll make you cereal. They didn't want milk, thank God, because when I turned around after I gave them their cereal, the cereal was on the floor. Like, they were throwing cereal at each other, throwing cereal everywhere, flinging the bowls around, like, making a mess. And so, of course, I had to go and clean it up with a freaking broom. I had to sweep these people's floor. I'm like, wow, I'm totally doing a little bit extra work here that I'm not supposed to, you know, you didn't invite me over to come sweep, so, but yeah, so then I had to clean that up, and then they wanted more, and I was like, alright, if you guys throw it on the floor, there's gonna be a problem, and guess what, the cereal ended up on the floor again, and I was, like, so pissed, and, like, I don't really remember stories from this family, just because it was forever ago that I was over there, but these kids were the biggest brats that I've ever met in my entire life. Like, every time I went over there, I was dreading. I used to dread going over there just because the kids were such brats. They were just like, even thinking about it makes me, like, not even want to think about it because they were so, like, little rotten kids. But anyway, so, I can tell more recent stories just because the stories will be better. That probably sounded like shit and you probably have no idea what I was talking about. So, yeah, so, recently, this lady called me, and she said that one of her friends that I babysat for referred me to her and told her that I was a great babysitter and blah, 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 you know, the whole thing. So, I'm like, oh, okay, well, where do you live? Well, she tells me where she lives, and I'm like, well, that's not in my neighborhood. It's about 30 minutes, so I'm going to have to charge you at least $10, $15 for gas. She was like, oh, okay, no problem. So, we make a day for me to go over there, and I go over there that morning, actually, at I think I had to be there at 9:30. Like, again, these people, I don't know what they think that I do during the summer, that I want to be over there at 8, 9 o'clock in the morning. That I don't get it, but whatever. So, I went over there, and I'm walking up the driveway keep in mind I park at the bottom of this steep driveway. How to walk up it, because I don't know these people. I'm not just gonna pull in their driveway and, like, whatever. So I get there and I walk up the driveway and this voice goes, "Hi, Sam." I'm like, where the hell did that come from? There was like really tall bushes like right by the front door, so I guess I couldn't see her because she was behind the door. And I was like, "Hi, how are you?" Whatever. She like didn't even like say, "Hi, I'm so and so, like nice to meet you." She just like walked in the house and expected me to follow her, and I was like, "All right." So that was the first thing. I know that's not like a big deal, but it was just kind of weird to me because it was the first time I was meeting this lady. Normally when I first meet people, they have the decency to shake my hand and say, "Hi, how are you? Blah blah." So I don't know, I just thought that was kind of weird. So then she goes, "Okay, well, I have some work to get done. This is my son, blah blah." And my daughter's upstairs with the cleaning lady's daughter. The cleaning lady's here, and yeah, so my son needs some lunch, so you can give him some lunch and then do whatever. And I was like, "Okay, are you gonna show me your house? Like whatever." So I just said, "All right, whatever." And so I tried to talk to the boy. I'm like, "Hi," and he like doesn't even respond. I'm like, "What's your name?" Nothing. No answer. Nothing. "How old are you?" Nothing. This kid's like, I don't even know. He like, I was getting to think that he was either one, deaf, or two, didn't know how to talk. So I was like, all right. I was like, "Are you hungry? Do you want lunch?" And he shakes his head yes and just like starts walking into the kitchen. And I'm like, okay. So he pulls out bread and cheese and decides that he's going to make his own sandwich. He puts the bread on this, like, on a stool, not even on the table. I was like, ew, people's butts have been there. Like, that's disgusting. I would never put sandwich on a stool. But yeah, so he made his own sandwich, and I was trying to get things out of him. I was like, "How old are you? Blah, blah, blah." Nothing. No answer. "Do you play any sports?" Nothing. No answer. I'm sitting there like trying to guess, like soccer, baseball, hockey, football, lacrosse, like anything. I'm naming every sport that I can think of, like even the weird sports, like whatever, rugby and stuff like that. So he starts like swinging a bat, it looked like, and I was like, okay, he's swinging a bat. What does he mean? And I was like, soccer. I was like baseball or lacrosse or whatever. So he goes out in the garage and like shuts the door on me, and I'm like, okay. So I follow him out there, and then so whatever, I'm like taking too long to get to the point. So I go upstairs and he goes on the computer, and the little girl is there, and she's like she jumps all over me, jumps on the couch that I'm sitting on, sticks her face in my face, throws toys at me, hits me with the lightsaber, like all this crazy stuff. I'm like, all right, you need to chill out, go play the Wii or something. So she did. And finally, when 3 hours was up, 2 hours, 3 hours was up, the mom comes in. She's like, "Okay, well, I got everything I needed to get done today, so I guess we're good." She tried to give me $20 for gas and the 2 hours that I was there. I charged $10 an hour and told her I would charge money for gas too. And she was trying to give me 4 quarters for gas money and all this stuff. And she was like the cheapest lady. It was the worst experience ever. But, God, I hate to cut it short, but I have to. Time is running out. The final score is 44-2. Subscribe, rate, comment. Thanks.